Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing great. As a part of this video, we'll understand how to write a Python program to insert an element into an array. What is an array? Array is nothing but a homogeneous collection of data. What do you mean by homogeneous? Homogeneous means same kind of data. Or we can also say a collection of data with the same data type. For example, here we have an array named A with numbers. Okay. When I say homogeneous, you can have only numbers here. I cannot have an array which is saying 10, then J, then Arun, like that. This is not possible because array is a homogeneous collection of the data. If you want to insert elements into array, you need to understand what is insertion. So what is insertion? Insertion is nothing but inserting an element into an array or list. So let us say you have an array with 1, 2, 3. If you want to insert 4 at the end of the array or in the middle of the array, then you have to use insertion methods. In Python, we have 3 insertion methods. One is append, second one is extend, third one is insert. What is an append? Very, very simple. Append is an array method used for appending or adding the elements to end of the array or list. So here we have an array with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to add element 6 to the end of the array, we can go ahead and say array that append and mention the element you want to append. Then the appended array will have 6 in their list. Wonderful. Let us see this in action in Jupyter Notebook. What do we need to do now? So what I will do is I will go ahead and define one array. Okay, I'll say array1 is equal to, I'll go ahead and type 10, 20, 34, 56, then 66. Okay, this is my array. So what is the requirement here? I want to append new element to the end of an array. For that, let us accept that from a user. I'll say val1 is equal to, I want this to be int because this array is of elements with a int data type. So I'll say int, then I'll say input, enter the value to be inserted into an array. After that, all we have to do is use a append method. I'll say array1 dot append and provide the value to be appended here. That's it. Then let me print this array before and after. Okay, let us enter this. I say I want to enter H9. You can see before the value is inserted, elements in an array are 10, 20, 34, 56, and 66. And once we use an append method and insert an element provided by the user, it has added 89 as a last element in an array. That is the reason it is called as a appending. Let us say we have one requirement. The requirement is you want to add series of elements into the array. How do you do it? Let's say I will do it here and I'll say array2 is equal to, I'll say 89, 58. Okay, and I will comment this guy and I'll say instead of array1, I'll say array2. Okay, let us see what happens here. Did you observe what is happening here? You can see elements are added, but they are also considered as a array. It's like a array within an array. I don't want this. So then what do you want? I want 89 and 58 to be added as a part of the elements of array1. Then how do I do it? For that, we have a wonderful method called extend. So extend is a array method that adds each element of the iterable to the end of the array. Means if you see, you have a array with elements 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have an array with element 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you use a extend method and provide the array as a part of the argument, then it will properly insert the elements of array into the array1. Let us see this in action. So all I will do here is I will go ahead and use the extend instead of append. Let us see what happens here. You can see 18 and 58 are appended to the end of an array. Wonderful. We understood how to append, how to extend. What if I want to add a specific element at a specific place? Then append and extend wouldn't do the job. That is where insert comes into picture. So insert is a array method that inserts a given element at a given index or position in a list. Let us say array is having 10 to 50 elements. If you want to add element 35 at position 3, you need to understand how the indexing works here in order to understand this. The way indexing works in array is when you have an element, the first element is indexed at 0, second element is 1, so on and so forth. So index is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to insert an element as a fourth element, then you have to specify the position as 3 because index 3 denotes fourth element. Now, if I go ahead and use insert, this specifies the position and this specify the element. Python would insert 35 at third position, which is fourth element in an array. Let us see this in action. Let me copy this. What I will do is I'll repurpose this program, say val1, and I'll say enter the position at which the value to be inserted into an array. And I'll rename this guy as val2. So what do I need to do now? I need to use a method called insert. How do I use that? Very simple. I will take off this and say insert. I need to provide two arguments here. One is the position at which the value to be inserted and what value need to be inserted. There you go. Done. Let me run this program for you. If I say the position is 3 and the element to be inserted is 10,000. You can see at position 3, that is fourth element in an array, is added with 10,000. What if user provides a position which is beyond the length of an array? Let us see what happens here. I'll say enter the position at which I'll say some 10 and I'll say 10,000 again. It is getting inserted at the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth position. Do you wanted it to be inserted at fifth position? No, you wanted it to be inserted at 10. But the problem here is length of the array itself is 5. In that case, one of the way taking care of this is getting the length of an array and see the input user giving is within that length. So what I will do is I will go ahead and get the position here. Okay, I'll say position is equal to length array1. Then I will print the position so that you know what is the length. So I will only check whether user is giving the position which is less than or equal to the length of the array. How do I do that? I'll say if val1 greater than pass, that is the length of an array, I'll say print enter the value within the length of an array. Okay. And then I will go and insert else, do this. So in case the user is providing position beyond the length of the array, the program comes out. I'll say there is a problem here. It is an indentation error. You need to position these three things. Okay. So let us say in this case, length of an array is 5. Position is different from the length of an array. So here we say 5. If I provide a value which is more than this, then it will tell me enter the value within the length of an array. This is how you take care if the user provides a position beyond the length of an array. If I say now 4 and I'll say 1000, it will properly insert. Wonderful. We learned how to insert an element at a certain position in an array. Please do practice. Thank you.